With the introduction of vaccinations came the eradication of certain illnesses, and with that surprisingly followed the desire to eradicate vaccinations as well. More and more individuals are opting to not get themselves or their children vaccinated, putting myself, yourself, children, and all others around them at risk. As a health major, the importance of vaccinations has been a topic I have heard of time and time again from my professors during lectures and labs as well as in my textbooks. It is because of vaccinations that our worry of life-threatening illnesses has subsided, but I can assure you that doing away with vaccinations will not only restore the worry and threat of those long-forgotten illnesses. Not receiving vaccinations for yourself not only puts you at risk, but everyone else around you. Increased education on the facts of vaccinations and the consequences of not receiving them could possibly decrease the number of individuals against them. Beneficial results will follow once action to educate individuals on vaccines is taken. With many people desiring to do away with vaccinations comes negative consequences for us all. Opting to not vaccinate yourself or your children poses a serious threat to not only the unvaccinated, but the vaccinated as well. All individuals that are well and healthy enough to receive vaccinations should do so for themselves and everyone else around them. The growing number of unvaccinated individuals is diminishing herd immunity, which is described in the article Vaccines Protect Your Community as a way to not only protect yourself, but your community as well. If enough people are vaccinated against a disease, then the germs cannot travel as easy from one person to another as the vaccine has assisted the individual in developing immunity. With the diminishment of herd immunity comes the reintroduction of many illnesses and diseases that were once eradicated and under control in the U.S. Outbreaks of whooping cough, influenza, and the measles are a few of the vaccine-preventable diseases that have begun circulating once again. The article, Measles Outbreak in a Highly Vaccinated Population, tells of a 7-year-old, intentionally unvaccinated little boy that unknowingly contracted the measles after a trip abroad. He returned home to San Diego, California, creating one of the largest outbreaks that San Diego had seen since 1991. If the number of unvaccinated individuals continues to rise, the number of individuals falling ill will follow. Illness could become so serious that death will once begin to occur after that severity had been believed to be remitted. For example, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention listed the number of cases and deaths of vaccine-preventable illnesses throughout the years. In 1970, there were 47,531 reported cases and 89 deaths from the measles, and 104,953 reported cases and 16 deaths from the mumps. Compare this to 2010, where there were 63 reported cases and no deaths from the measles, and 2,612 reported cases and 2 deaths from the mumps. Dr. Jane Gangarosa recounts life during the pre-vaccination era. In the report Unprotected People number 35, Dr. Gangarosa speaks of the tragedies his family endured due to the misfortune of not having vaccinations. He lost 5 siblings, 3 from pertussis and 2 from the measles. He states that we must not forget the threat that these illnesses pose, and that we must also not forget that we are fortunate enough to live in a time where we can prevent them. Anyone around an unvaccinated individual is at risk, but it is an unfortunate situation where an immunocompromised individual that is unable to get vaccinated for health purposes is at risk due to being around someone that is intentionally unvaccinated. The article, Vaccinations in Immunocompromised Children, lists a few situations where immunosuppressed individuals are unable to be vaccinated, such as those that are receiving chemotherapy, those that have just received an organ transplant, and those that are HIV positive. A mother and pediatrician wrote an article titled, To the Parent of the Unvaccinated Child, where she spoke on how her immunosuppressed daughter is ill with blood cancer and got exposed to the measles at the hospital where she was receiving treatment. Unfortunate for her, due to her state of health and treatment she was undergoing, her immune system was not the strongest that it should be. On top of facing blood cancer and dealing with the harshness of chemotherapy, she was also now faced with another life-threatening disease, which was the measles. After addressing the issues that come with not receiving vaccinations, we can discuss different solutions to these problems. If individuals were more educated on the facts of vaccinations, the worry and false concern would surely decrease. Many anti-vaccination individuals base their standpoint off of false information. For example, a reason that is often given for the dislike of vaccinations is a report by Andrew Wakefield where he falsely correlated autism and vaccinations. David Newton stated in his book Vaccine Controversies that although this report has been disproved time and time again, even resulting in him being removed from the British Medical Register, preventing him from practicing medicine ever again, the report still surfaces often. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention even states on their article, Vaccines Do Not Cause Autism, that the vaccine ingredient that was being blamed for causing autism was completely removed or reduced from vaccines during 1999 to 2001. If these individuals were more educated on vaccinations, medical research, and ingredients, it is without a doubt that they would understand the importance of vaccinations, possibly resulting in a change on their opinion. It should become a nationwide requirement for physicians to be more explanative on vaccine information. The more honest, open, and informative that physicians are with patients, the more comfortable and educated that the patient will feel. Trust, comfort, and assurance can go a long way when attempting to guide a patient into making the right decision. Physicians being required to go more in depth while educating on vaccines should be tested out in a specific region to analyze the impact that it holds. Pamphlets and vaccine inserts containing studies disproving common false vaccine beliefs, statistics and reports on the effects that vaccinations have had, and the pros of receiving vaccinations should be handed out before the administration of a shot. If turnout is well, all clinics, doctors' offices, and hospitals should make this mandatory. With this plan put into action, good results will hopefully follow. This method will assist in decreasing the number of unvaccinated individuals, false information and beliefs will be changed, and more individuals will opt for receiving necessary vaccinations. If actions aren't taken and actions aren't implemented, we will see a resurgence in diseases and illnesses that are easily preventable. We will see outbreaks and deaths that could possibly affect every single one of us. As you can see, opting against vaccinations has detrimental results. I've discussed the issues of not receiving vaccinations, the harm that arises, how easily we could prevent it, and the steps that could be taken to initiate change. Yourself, your family, your children, and friends could easily be so unfortunate to fall victim to one of the many vaccine-preventable diseases. Educate yourself, those around you, and encourage them to spread the knowledge as well. Do it for the sake and well-being of those you care about and for the future generations to come. Thank you.